What the fuck is up? Angry Black Quarterback, episode number 20. Beast of the fucking East. 3 teams, first time in NFL history, 3 teams from the same division have made it this far in the playoffs. I'm your host, Old Man Huggie. Of course, I'm here with 2.0. Of course, I'm here with the ever so great Mr. Goody. And it wouldn't be complete without a big Cowboys W and Elwood being a piece of shit and running his mouth for a couple minutes. So we're going to get right into it. We will be going over the games. I mean, I know it's been all football. And honestly, the format of this is probably going to change soon. Something we'll talk about later. Just because when the football season's over, we got to talk about other shit, right?
I mean, your boys I got live bets right now on the NBA.
Yeah, no, and I get it. I think it was really easy. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here. Sorry I was late. I have this business leadership class I'm doing on Wednesdays for 8 straight weeks. So it will be later, or we will move the day. Just a heads up. Yeah, but I mean, it seems like when starting like this, and then with the other show, Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod, go follow that, and check that shit out. It's blowing up on Spotify right now, which is really fucking awesome. But it was good to just have something simple to structure it around, rather than being like, okay, because now we know like what we need, what we want. We've done this for 20 straight weeks, which is pretty crazy. We're caught up with the season. Every week there's been a football game. We've essentially done it. So I think we'll still obviously touch on those things. But yeah, there's a lot more than just football, obviously. But I think the name and just the idea, it just fit nicely. But now, it's probably going to change after the Super Bowl. I'm not going to talk about the NFL all summer. That's not fucking happening.
I don't think that you're going to get away from it because they call it like a 365-day a year sport, because it's like as soon as the season's over, then it's free agency.
Nah, and can get away from it. You could get away from it.
There's going to be a lot of Lamar Jackson's going to be moving, Tom Brady. We're going to have shit to talk about. Unmute.
He's not
2.0.
muted. 2.0
Yeah,
is muted.
He is. He is muted.
Is?
At least,
Dang, 2.0.
There.
Everybody, you can boo me. No, don't cheer. Boo me. I'm booing
boo
myself.
Him.
No,
boo him.
I muted him. It was me.
No, but he's got the algorithm. He can't figure out how to.
I can't hear Goody. Okay.
That's always how this goes.
Not always. Last time we could hear each other.
Last time we could hear each other. Today we can't. I don't get it. Well, we'll get it figured out. You really can't hear each other?
Goody, can you hear me?
I can hear him.
You have to have him muted, bro. Go click on his little cube and hit right, and then you probably have him muted.
Some bullshit, dude. If that's true.
Let me figure this out. Keep the show going.
All right, well, 2.0 is here, so we'll give him a round of applause, even though he used to really shit together. And Elwood, you're being real quiet. Are you not going to say anything? You don't have anything to say.
Don't want to talk to anybody.
You got a haircut, and you cleaned it up a lot. Yeah, we could tell, man. It was looking rugged. Now you don't look like you are gonna try to type something on a typewriter or fix mine or sell vintage typewriters. You look like you're forklift certified with all that Cowboys gear on.
Yeah, or like Scottish.
Ooh, Scottish Cowboys fan. Okay. Well, how do you feel before we get into anything else? Big victory. You guys won. You blew them the fuck out. What are your thoughts on the game? What were your thoughts on Dak? What were your thoughts?
Hold on, just so I can say this. This will be the first and only time that you're able to say that you have more playoff wins than us this year. So, go ahead.
Okay.
Just because we got to buy.
Yeah.
Let him speak.
I know.
I think I pretty much almost guessed the game. Do you not remember my prediction?
No.
I'd have to go look at the tape.
Yeah, you better go. You should have done that before starting this damn
Sorry,
episode.
man. I got shit to do.
I know. I don't remember my own predictions.
Both of you laughed at me for it. I think it was 35-10. And it actually would have been 35 if it wasn't for Maher missing all those damn
Oh.
field goals.
Yeah.
Jesus
Well, I mean, no, they
Christ.
played a good game. I mean, Tom Brady somehow threw for 351. I mean, on this show at least, and
What
I
do you
know
mean somehow?
because he looks
Somehow
like shit. Tom Brady looks like shit. So when he like
He
somehow
threw the ball, but he threw the
You
ball
say
like over
somehow,
50
he threw
times.
for 67 times or something.
I know,
Yeah.
I know, but I forget that when you throw the ball for 3 yards like 80 times, it equals 300 yards. I forget the math because I just see him throw the ball 1 yard at a time, and I'm like, oh man, they're like with 500 yards passing. I'm like, what the fuck? But I mean, basically, we watched Tampa be what all of us have basically said about them in the playoffs. I mean, I said they were one of my picks to not make the playoffs, and they had a losing record. You guys dominated them. That's probably the first time we've seen the Cowboys play better than their competition when they need to.
Well,
normally they play down to the competition or they play up to the
No, true.
competition. So if they're playing the Eagles, you're going to be playing better than when you're playing something like you're playing Detroit. You play to the level of the team. This is the first. Well, I'm just saying at the beginning of the year when Detroit was like 2-5.
I would say that, but we're not gonna. I think the whole playing down to the opposite team wasn't in a factor because it was the whole Brady, and we'd never beaten Brady. You know, it was like there was somewhat of a,
Well, I mean,
even though they were the worst team coming into the playoffs, technically with the worst record.
Okay, well, for the record, I took the Bucks to not lose by 16. It was my bet.
yeah, that's true. I think
So,
you misunderstood
okay.
some of the bets that were placed. It's like with the points, it's like their Bucks aren't gonna lose by more than 16 points.
That's what I thought. Did not happen.
Yeah, I mean, and look, like that's like I said, that's the first time we've seen the Cowboys play better than their competition when they needed to.
Yeah,
and Tom Brady looked like everything.
And a long time.
Yeah, y'all needed that. It's been 30 years almost since y'all have won a road playoff
Yeah.
game, so you got that burden off your back. That's huge. You guys did get, Parsons got a little banged up. I'm sure he'll be able to play and be fine. But then
Van Der Esch being back was huge.
Well, Van Der Esch being back was big, but then
Oh, my
Curse
God.
but Curse got hurt. Van Der Esch looked fast. He was playing fast. They played well.
I feel like he's the most overrated linebacker in the goddamn league.
Well, he helps.
He's decent.
We have Parsons rushing on the outside. Van Der Esch helps with the pass coverage.
Yeah,
in the
if you
zone.
don't ask a lot of him, and you know he's gonna miss like 4 or 5 games, he's great. But I mean, like
he's also gonna miss an
literally-
interception in the end zone.
He's
Like just like hit him in the
literally-
fucking hands.
But he's
Yeah, but
literally like the
Parsons-
land shark from Any Given Sunday, where he's like one bad neck injury away from like being done for forever. And like that guy's been injured so much, he probably shouldn't be playing. I feel like if like 20 doctors talk to him, more than five of them would be like, "Hey, look, man, if you get seriously hurt or do something crazy like that, you could do some serious permanent damage to yourself." I feel like somebody's already had that conversation with Leighton Van Der Esch.
And he's probably said,
Just
"Go
like
fuck
someone
yourself."
had that conversation with Bob Sanders and he didn't listen like the first
No.
2 times. We've seen a lot of really good players who have no problems going and making plays, but when they do, they get hurt. And then at some point, because he's had neck injuries, that's pretty much it. A bunch of neck injuries.
On who was the white white linebacker before him that was like your team
Sean
captain?
Lee.
The
Sean
Cowboys. Yeah.
Pride of
Same
Penn
thing.
State. Yeah.
Same thing. You probably like shouldn't have like. I mean, it's like Tua, like putting Tua back into like if you had a kid and they were playing like high school football and they had 3 concussions in one season, are you feeling good about putting him back out on the field? Fuck no. Like that.
Hell
that
yeah,
can,
man!
like,
We need to take state. God damn it! What do you think this is? This is West Canton football. If you don't go out there, then Johnny Moxon's gonna get out there and he's gonna throw for 6 tutties.
He's not going to throw for 6 tutties. He's going to fire that fucking pigskin.
Yeah, no, but the defense played good. Now granted, Tampa's not as good as everybody else that's in the playoffs, so it's going to be interesting to see the Cowboys going up against San Francisco. Obviously, that's a good way to get the monkey off your back. I thought it would be a lot closer. I'm not shocked that the Cowboys won, but I thought it would be closer. When Tom Brady throws the first interception in the red zone he's ever thrown since he's been in Tampa. That's crazy. That's such a wild statistic that you have to take into it. And it was a horrible stupid fucking pass. It was such a dumb pass. There was nobody even there in the first place. He just flipped it out there like he thought it was going to go out the back of the end zone, and Curse is just standing there. So I mean, so Tom Brady, you can see Tom Brady looked every bit of 45, or about to be 45.
I want to go back to
48.
talking about Van Der Esch's drop. The big drop that I thought would have been a huge play was Parsons' pick off of that screen that he had it. And if he would have caught that screen pass, he was gone. There's no way anybody.
I think, okay, I was accused of being like a secret Cowboys fan by Joseph when we started this podcast.
Dick riding contest about Micah Parsons.
No, I'm no longer on the Micah Parsons train. Like I'm like, dude, you need to shut your fucking mouth.
Now you're
like,
off of it now, huh? Because you see Hassan Riddick out there balling like a bird should, and because you were like, man, he's just a beast, man.
He was, but not the last
like a lot of plays last night.
But not like the last 7 weeks. He's like, I don't even know if he has a sack.
He had a sack.
He had a sack. He had a sack.
Maybe in that game, but like before that,
like 13 or something like that on the season. So no,
right,
I mean,
but
yeah,
I was saying MVP over a quarterback, and it's like he's not even close to that at this point.
Blasphemous. That's absolutely blasphemous. But
I didn't think so at the time.
But I mean, you'd have to the stat line you'd have to put up to be a defensive player in the NFL and win an MVP award over someone like a Burrow or a Mahomes would be insane. You'd have to put up you'd have to lead the league in sacks, tackles for loss, like top 5 in tackles.
No, it's most valuable player. Like I feel like he makes it different. Like I thought, and I don't know, I no longer think this, but I also like in reverse, like was like Jalen Hurts. Nobody's gonna fucking listen to him in the locker room, and now I feel like everybody does. And I thought like he was a leader of men. Like he was like the undisputable alpha in the Cowboys locker room, and like whatever Micah Parsons said went. And then it was like he just kind of fell off, and you know maybe he's like got an injury that we don't know about. But
such a cringy ass Twitter.
I know.
Twitter follow, dude. He's so cringe on Twitter. He just like is always complaining about shit. Although shout out to him, shout out Micah Parsons because he did have a kid.
Yeah.
He did have a baby girl. So shout out Micah Parsons for having a kid. I mean, he's a beast, but
was he playing the game while he had a kid or something?
I just don't like how much dick riding you were doing from earlier in the season. But back to the game, Cowboys played good. That's probably the worst team in the playoffs, top to bottom. But that doesn't discount anything. They got that monkey off their back. They're done with all of that, not winning a playoff game in 30 years on the road. They got to wipe the slate clean with Tom Brady, potentially beat Tom Brady before he maybe sails off into the sunset.
The Super Bowl, in my opinion. We got our first revenge game with Tampa beginning of the year. Now we get our second revenge game with getting San Francisco being the team that kicked us out last year in the playoffs.
You have a shot for sure in that game.
And then conference championship, if we win, guaranteed an NFC East division rivalry in the conference championship. That's huge. I love it.
See, but we get to play a rival. We get to play a rival now, and then we get to play y'all, and then we could potentially get to play Andy Reid, our former coach, in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. So I mean, it lines up for the NFC East period, because then the Cowboys could get to go play Andy Reid, who y'all fucking hate, who used to beat y'all with the Eagles. And
yeah,
McNabb,
I do like to acknowledge that, though. Like, I think it has to be said. Did you just say it's never been done? This many teams in a division going as far,
yeah,
and like, not only that being impressive, but being impressive from being like one of the worst divisions. Just
no, definitely.
But that's kind of how the NFL. That's how the NFL works. It's like there's always going to be multiple teams that made the playoffs the year before that don't, and then multiple teams that didn't that do. It's like the way that they like schedule the games. But what I was going to say is like if the Giants do beat the Eagles, that game then is in Dallas.
Yeah.
Ooh. Which I don't think I've ever thought we've had a home advantage.
I do. Like I've been to like games in like
Depends
when
on who you play.
Well, like when the Chargers were in San Diego, I've been to multiple Cowboys Chargers games, and there was way more Cowboys fans in the stadium. That was when like with no, but that was like with LaDainian Tomlinson and Phillip Rivers, like when they were like the Chargers were really good, so it was sold out.
There's an Army base out there too, so there's a lot of people from Texas that wind up. Hold on, shout out Big Trey. He works for me. I fucking love Trey. He is watching the stream right now, and he's at work. And he's messaging like, "Yo, bro, I'll see you later. I'm at work." And it's like, "Bro, I'm your boss. What are you doing, man?" But I love Trey. So shout out Big Trey. No, he's like one of my favorite people ever. No, but the Cowboys travel really well. In Dallas, it depends on who you're playing. If you're playing the Steelers, if you're playing the Saints, if you're playing some certain teams like that, there's a big group of Saints fans out here. They fill that stadium up. So when it's Cowboys Saints, there's a shit ton. When it's Niners, there's a shit ton.
Okay, but
it depends.
The New York Giants?
No, but the Giants, there's not as big of a New York Giants following in Dallas as there are other teams. Same with Philly. So it depends on what team you're playing. Texans, will be a bunch of Texans fans there. It really just depends. Like I said, it depends on who you're playing because they'll show up. Saints fans will show up and buy tickets. A lot of people moved here after Katrina and never left.
They only have to worry about the Giants, otherwise they're going to Philly.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, yeah. And this next game's going to be in Philly. But before we get into all that, because we'll go game by game. But I just wanted to recap that one because we have Elwood. I know he's been chomping at the bit.
You made a comment. You don't know whose jersey this is? 69.
No.
Is that a lineman?
That's Henry's.
Oh, Henry Melton. It would be.
That was his real number.
He was best when he was on the Bears.
No, he was the best. He was the best when he was in Grapevine. I played him this one time.
He was a Pro Bowler.
He was a running back, and he was a horrible running back.
No. I played him, and he was playing defense, and maybe it was a running back, but it was a turnover, and Pete Fleps, is that his name?
Flip.
Yeah. He got the ball, and he was like 30 yards ahead of him. And Milton just catches up the 30 yards and then rips his pads on it was on Halloween Day, and it was
I remember that game.
We were like scared. Yeah. I was like, whoa, what happened?
I remember that shit. And then there was another play in the same game where he went to go make a tackle and whiffed, and then just sat on the ground while like this long run broke off. Tuna broke off this long touchdown run. He just sat on the ground like Indian style and watched Aaron Luna like run in a touchdown. And it was like, what is this kid fucking doing? And they went to Texas, a full ride.
No, I really I thought he had a great career.
No, I mean maybe the league, but all right. But to go with Cowboys win. Obviously, Tom Brady sucks. I think he should retire, but let's get into these other games. Seattle and San Francisco. It looked close for a bit, but then, fuck Brock Purdy. San Francisco looks dangerous. I think that
Hold on. Stop. Tom Brady sucks. I want to hear what 2.0 has to say about this. I think for sure Tom Brady's coming back.
Where do you think he goes?
I said Jets, but he could be in San Francisco. The Patriots.
He goes to San Francisco. They got 3 NFL starting quarterbacks. Like, they don't need him.
I agree with you on that. And Purdy has proven that he has never lost. However, I think it's the Jets. But Joseph and I were talking about it on last week.
Raiders as well.
Yeah, that's the inside info. Apparently, is it's Raiders or retire.
Well, and the Tampa is supposed to be making a push to try to keep him.
Why? There's no way he's in Tampa tomorrow. That's the way I feel. You got to get rid of him and just start making a real team instead of signing a 45-year-old.
Oh, I agree. I don't think it's the right thing to do to bank your future on this old ass man, but that doesn't mean they're not going to do that. If they can, they fired Byron Leftwich. But Joe, so where do you think he goes?
The Raiders make the most sense. They need a quarterback. They're not really in a win now mode, but they need a quarterback to kind of hold them for the next 2 or 3 years until they can build themselves up into a championship contender. But the Raiders makes a lot of sense.
I feel like the Raiders and the Jets and the Broncos, those 3 teams have the most talent for compared to how shitty their season ended this year.
True, but like the Broncos are stuck with Russell Wilson. Like we're stuck with him no
Yeah.
matter what for the next
Ooh, let's
3 to 5 years.
Let's ride. Let's ride it out 2.0. We gonna ride it. Me,
At least you got rid of, Nathaniel.
Big Russ.
Yeah,
Mr.
that was a
Unlimited,
plus.
Mr.
But you're still paying him while he like murders people like in the woods, like
Mr.
when he's not even your coach anymore.
Yeah, that's the Wall family's money. That's their problem.
The Waltons, yeah.
One poop a
Waltons,
week in the
yeah.
Walmart bathroom. Unlimited. Let's ride.
So okay, the reason why I said the Jets is because they have a lot of talent, just like the Bucks did when he first went there and then won a fucking Super Bowl. Very similar situation, and also it's a fuck you to the Patriots because he's gonna play the Patriots twice. But then I could also see him just going to the Patriots because the Patriots need a fucking quarterback too. Seems like.
I could see him not going to the Jets because of the Patriots.
Yeah,
Right.
Patriots are trash though. They're not that good.
But
this
it's Tom Brady, like,
year. But they
I don't
haven't
know.
been playing that good. So why does it like?
No, that's what I mean. Like that's why he would go to the Jets is because
Well,
like
yeah, the Jets, yeah, but the Patriots.
'Cause
there's no
he's
reason to go
just-
there. They're terrible.
no, I don't think they're terrible. Their defense is really good.
Their defense
They
is good
almost
on
they almost
offense.
made the playoffs.
Yeah, but their offense looks about the same as it did whenever he chose to leave, and he was like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here. You don't have enough weapons for me."
But no, they spent like something like crazy, like
Yeah, and a lot of them
$100
are
million
failed.
in free agents.
Yeah, on
and,
Nelson Aguilar, which has been like meh, and they spent a bunch on Hunter Henry at tight end, who's healthy a fraction of the time. They have Judon, who's a good defensive end. Then they spent a bunch on Kendrick Bourne, who's been okay. I mean, they wasted all they didn't use all their money correctly. That's why they.
I picked up Kendrick Bourne in my League of Dorks, the 16-team Dynasty League,
Yeah.
and released him because I didn't have a roster spot for him.
Just serviceable. He's like okay. But I mean,
All right,
we all picked San Francisco to beat Seattle. They beat them pretty handily. Purdy looked good, but it looked like there's some plays where I'm just like, man, you could get those. Then we'll go through the other like blowout games. Well, hold on. Yeah, New York blew out Minnesota. Cincinnati beat Baltimore without Lamar Jackson. Saw that coming. But the two games that were pretty crazy was the New York Giants game was pretty good. I mean, Minnesota looked like shit. But that Chargers-Jacksonville game was fucking wild. I stayed up and watched that. What did y'all think about this game?
I doubled down and bet on the Chargers because I lost like the first leg of the parlay.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I bet on the Jaguars. Sorry, did I say Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet on the Jaguars. Turned the game off at halftime, but I was like in like a group text with like my buddies, and one of them's like a huge Chargers fan. Like his dad has season tickets, and then I was like, this would be like a Chargers move, like to just lose this game.
What was it? 17-0 or 27-0?
27-0.
27, yeah.
27-0. Then they ended that half at 27-7.
Yeah, and then it just like Chargers history, it was just like too easy. I was like, they can't. And Staley, is he still the coach? Like, how's that guy not
just
fired?
fired offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And someone else, but not the coach.
Like, I mean, this is what I said. This is what I said about them. I had the Chargers not making the playoffs, which, I mean, so two teams that I had did not making the playoffs. One got blown out. The other one had an epic collapse. And my whole thing with them was, health. They were missing Mike Williams, which hurt them because they played him too late in the last game, and that was fucking stupid.
Yep.
Dumb.
I said it.
So dumb.
I said it all year. I think Herbert is fantastic. He has a great arm and all the intangibles besides never really having a winning record anywhere. I think this is the best record he's ever put up, high school, college, or pros was this year. But he's going to suffer from John Elway syndrome, dude. He's going to get close, and he's going to fucking collapse, and he's going to have shit like The Drive and have all these big things happen to him when he's young. He's on a shit organization, just like the Broncos were shit when they first got John Elway. I think Herbert is going to win a Super Bowl with San Diego, but I think that organization.
It's not San Diego, it's L.A.
L.A. Sorry, it should be. Sorry,
I know.
it should be. It should be
It'll
San
always
Diego.
be San
It's
I
always
agree.
be San
I agree.
Diego.
I agree.
Always be. But I think that they'll get over the hump whenever they change more as an organization, just like how Tampa fully bought into revamping how they did their day-to-day, and that's where they were able to win and be consistent. And Tampa will probably be competitive once Tom Brady leaves and they get another quarterback, change up their offense a little bit. I think Tampa's still like arguably the best team in that division, and that's because they changed their culture. Chargers, their culture hasn't changed very much. It's the same old bullshit. I think he's going to suffer from that, lose games.
I think Staley's a terrible coach, and I guess he's defensive minded. Hot take alert. What if they just promote Chase Daniel from backup quarterback to offensive coordinator?
I don't know.
He's always out there. He's always out there when there's every time out. It's Chase right there.
Yeah,
talking it up, and it's he's going.
Chase
to
is smart. He's lining himself up to do that. I mean, that's what he probably studied at Mizzou. I mean, Chase knows how to play that position. That's what I've always said is the guys who are really good and are able to be a backup for Chase to be competitive in the league. And I think he has a winning record in his whole career, or 500. And
also, I was in advanced math when we were in high school together, and he was in a class even further advanced than I was, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, he's a savant, dude. He's super smart, but
yeah, he is.
I mean,
it's like Chubbs too.
Yeah, but he's positioning himself to being a backup and understanding the offense and watching that much film and doing that much development. He understands the game so well that Herbert benefits from having Chase there. So he'll be a quarterback's coach. He'll be doing something if he chooses to not be on TV. He's got a lot of.
Well, he already is.
Well, he already is. I mean, permanently, 24/7 on TV being an analyst, because he could do that, and he has a relationship with Greg, who already works for ESPN. So, but that game was nuts. I mean, Jacksonville playing with house money. I think they got a chance against the Chiefs too. Honestly, I just like the cut of their jib. They're really physical. They got kind of a attitude on defense. But yeah, Jacksonville pulling that out. And now we'll get into this. Before we get picks, do you guys just want to do picks and then go through? Because we only got 4 games for the picks for this week.
Right. Sure, we can do that. Just real quick, I want to correct the record. It was the Seahawks I had to not lose by 16. It was Tampa Bay to not lose by 8.5. So just to keep it true.
So you hit. Well, we're doing bets. So why don't you do a little recap of your last week and then what you've got this week, Mr. Good Day.
Sure. So I did the same thing as I did last week, which was do a teaser of every single game, which is a teaser generally, but you can modify it a little bit, but is 6 points on the spread in your favor. So it's like a parlay, but you're taking the points, and then there's 6 points adjusted. And then, that affects the odds.
Yeah.
So I took Tampa Bay to not lose by 8.5. The Seahawks not to lose by 16. I took the Giants not to lose by 9. Hit that. Dolphins not to lose by 19. I think I hit that. But I think I kind of stopped. Yeah, did the Dolphins lose by 19?
Dolphins? I don't believe.
I think it was a close game.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what I think too. But it was just the first game was the Seahawks and the Niners, right? And so that kind of blew it up. So I wasn't tracking it. But I also took the Jaguars +8, and then I took the Bengals -2. So, it was okay. It wasn't okay because if you lose one, you lose them all.
The whole thing up, yeah. And then you're just frustrated that you hit everything else.
Well, no, because I remember I bet on the Jaguars heavy.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was a great win.
That was a smart move.
I thought they would win, but I mean, I didn't think they would win how they did. Yeah. All right. So this week there's 4 games, 8 teams left. So I did the same thing, but it's a 4-game teaser, so 6 points adjusted on the spread. Dallas Cowboys at the Niners. I got them plus 10, so they gotta lose by 9 or less or win. I think they,
or win. Oh god, yeah.
yeah. No, yeah. I'm getting 10 points, so they just got to keep it within a touchdown or so. Cincinnati Bengals. Tease them up 6 points, so they just have to lose by 10 because it's plus 11.
All right.
I think the Bengals can hang
I
with
think
the Bills.
Cincy might put it on them.
I agree. So if they win, then it covers.
Yeah.
They just have to cover 11 points.
Okay.
Yeah. I got the Chiefs, teased them down from 8.5 to 2.5, so they have to win by a field goal. And then I teased the Eagles down from 7.5 down to 1.5, so they have to win by 2. So basically, Cowboys are getting spotted 10 points, the Bengals are getting spotted 11, and then the Chiefs have to win by a field goal, and the Eagles have to win by 2. Altogether, that's a plus 260 parlay.
Okay.
Or teaser, I should say.
Teaser lay.
It's a teaser, but it's similar to a parlay. It has to be like with the points.
Yeah, I know. Joe's the teaser king. Joe loves those teasers. He's always out there teasing people, teasing feet pics, teasing all types of weird shit. That's right. Your mom's probably watching. He's out here selling. He's selling feet pics, wiki feet. Let's go.
No, but don't you? I feel like that this could definitely hit.
Yeah, no, it definitely could hit.
Yeah. All right. Well, 2.0.
Yeah, do a little I guess you. Well, no, yeah. Recap your picks from last week that I did. I tried to read them. Okay, wait a second. Now we're gonna get into this because I told you and I talked to you 2.0 that Mr. Goody's got some accusations about you maybe not even having a robot, but maybe the robot's not even real, and that you're maybe what'd you say that like he's stealing the
Oh,
the
I said what if?
paragraphs.
No, I said what if he was using ChatGPT, like the open AI that just came out, where you can just type in stuff, and it just it writes essays for like kids like already like in high school in college. I was just saying because we never seen the robot.
That's true. Does the robot have an AI element?
It does not.
Is it
I am
sentient?
not that smart.
Is it sentient, bro? Is it sentient?
No. That robot,
Tight,
that AI,
dude.
no,
Tight.
that AI thing that said that it was sentient, was like Google's, and it wasn't sentient. It was like, what would a human say?
It can't be sentient without Will Smith. We all know this.
No, when it does, we need that. We need a certain version of Will Smith. That's what I'm saying. There's a Will Smith for every occasion. There's an alien
iRobot.
invasion. We have we get an
No, but Stone Cold ET will whoop his ass.
maybe.
In iRobot, for sure.
Well, yeah, iRobot Will Smith isn't set up to fight aliens. He fights robots. It's completely
Stone
different.
Cold ET.
If you want a different version, you need to get Alien. You need to get Alien Will Smith, either MIB or Independence Day Will Smith, and then that Will Smith can fight aliens. If you're gonna box, he'll show up as Ali, dude, and whip your ass.
Well, no, we already saw Will Smith
if
fight
you need
No
to
more Will Smith.
if you need
rap.
to sell if you need to sell some really bad, outdated medical equipment, like he's your dude, and then you can like promote him into selling stocks and other stuff and get his life together. Can you like sleeping in a bathroom, Will Smith, with your kid? Like that exists. You could pull that guy out. He will help you
dude.
pursue that.
By the way, he's a Scientologist, just for the record.
Well, yeah, that's why we got to talk him up, dude. They'll start showing up at our jobs, outside our doors, being like, "You talking shit about Will Smith?"
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah,
really?
dude.
You Scientologist?
If you I don't know. I've watched like those Leah Remini things and stuff where like people get harassed by other people in Scientology for talking shit about Scientology. It'd be interesting to like start that, be followed by Scientology would be weird. They can't really do anything to you, can they?
Uh,
Screw you.
they they excommunicate you from like your friends and family is like what happens.
But if you don't have any friends and family in Scientology, and you were never a member, you just like hang
Oh
out
yeah,
outside and talk shit. Like they're just gonna like argue with you all the time. I'm just saying.
yeah. I don't think that's what happens. I think that's like if you're a part of the church, they're trying to keep you a part of it, but they're not going after like just normal people.
Oh no, they got enough money and power.
They
Like
could
they
make
could
you go
probably
missing.
fuck up your life.
Oh
No,
yeah,
it's
no,
all-
they definitely do. Like they
Okay, I'll tell you. Like it's like,
What was that?
weren't you telling me like about like Tom Cruise like hangs out with like the head of the Scientology church
Well, there's
with like and but like his
big Mr.
yeah,
Miscavige. His wife's been no one's
and
seen
his
his
wife's
wife
missing.
for like 15 years.
Yeah.
No one's seen her. Nobody knows where she is. But they have so much property, and they're just like, oh, she's like on somewhere out there. But they have like hundreds of thousands of acres all over the place.
I'm just not. Yeah, I'm not worried
Dude,
about
this
it.
hockey game was crazy tonight.
Okay.
I mean, I just literally I wanted to say something earlier, but it didn't go with anything. But it's a lot of scoring. But even a coach has been hit with a puck and had to get stitches, and it was bleeding profusely. Like
Wait, which game?
the Stars, San Jose.
He got hit
The
with
shark.
a fucking puck.
Yeah,
That's hard.
I mean, I have like 50. I've had like more than 50 stitches on my chin and then my eyebrow from playing hockey. However, the Denver Nuggets are on. Like, how the fuck are you watching hockey right now?
because I don't really
Yes,
care
sir.
about basketball.
Best team in the NBA.
I've already placed a major bet that they would win the
Championship.
Larry O'Brien.
Oh, big bold. All right. Well, 2.0, get into your picks from last week. Let's recap the picks that I probably butchered. Actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you did. You did. So we had this 49ers minus 9.5 against the Seahawks. That did hit.
Let's go.
49ers ended up winning 41-23. Like we talked about a little earlier, a game looked close at first. Seahawks were up 17-16 at the end of that first half. Then the 49ers just ran away with it at the end of the game. So that hit. We had Travis Etienne, the running back for the Jaguars. He had him over 78.5 rushing yards. That hit as well. He ended up running for 109 yards. I was a little worried about this play when the Chargers went up huge in the first half. I thought the Jaguars would get desperate and start trying to throw the ball more. But props to them. They stayed committed to the running game, and we hit that prop. So that was nice.
What, that long fourth down run pretty much let us hit that prop bet. Or we were probably within like 2 or 3 yards because that was like almost a 30-yard run on that that 4th and 1, where they lined up and he handed it off and he just ran around the outside. That was like a 30-yard pickup that probably gave us the prop bet on that one play.
That's literally the difference in what he was saying. It's like he said over 78 and it was like 10.
Yeah,
something.
109. That's what I'm saying. That's like that close. That's crazy. So fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I saw him like pop that off. I was like, let's go. It's the thrills of sports betting. Then we had the Bucks +3. That obviously did not hit. We've talked enough about that game, so I'll just leave that there.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys.
And then, so we had the Giants at the Vikings. We took the Giants from +3 to +9, and this is a teaser. Then we had the Ravens at the Bengals. We took the Bengals from -8 to -2. Giants ended up winning outright anyways, so they didn't even need the +9 to cover. Bengals did beat the Ravens 24-17, so they did not cover the spread, but they did cover the teaser. And the difference in that game was that 98-yard fumble return, which was pretty crazy to watch. That was pretty cool.
That was fucking epic. That was so epic,
Yeah.
and I could see where they'd be like, "Oh, his forward momentum stopped," but I'm glad they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
epic.
Like I hate
Yeah,
when they
see
do
the
that.
big boy get the ball, run 98 yards. Like
The
this is
Ohio
one
kid,
chance to
man,
score a
he
touchdown.
was like big time Ohio high school football. Played at Ohio State, plays for the Bengals, and gets that. That dude's like just Mr. Ohio. He's literally lived there his entire fucking life.
I don't know if I'd want to be Mr. Ohio.
Well,
Well,
no,
I thought Joey Burrs was.
yeah, but he went to LSU. He lived in Florida for a while with Coach O.
But didn't he grow up in Cincy?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Well, like
He
in
did. He was at Ohio State originally.
yeah, and then left because they wouldn't play him.
Yeah, we'll get used to that. The transfer portal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, went 3-1, up 1.7 units.
Mm-hmm.
Total or like just on the week?
Just on the week.
So what are we looking like for this weekend? What do you got, JoJo McGrow? Don't tell me
This
about for the
week?
year. I know we're down, so don't even bring that shit up.
Well, no, I need to go
promised
back.
you
I need
half.
to.
I already told you that whatever's left over, you can have half. So I'm down like a lot. I'm down big time. It's okay.
No. I got a little proposition. I'm gonna keep the money. Just gonna keep investing it, keep betting on it, and got some good NBA picks, some good
All right,
MLB
okay,
picks.
all right, okay.
Get you your money back.
All
Don't
right,
worry.
we'll see. All right, we'll roll it over. We'll singular it. We'll roll over minutes. That's fine.
Yeah.
So what do you got for this week?
So this week, first off, I'm taking the 49ers -4. They are playing the Cowboys. The Dallas did play really well last week against the Bucks, but I do think the 49ers have the advantage here. They have the home field advantage. They're the better team. They have the rest advantage because they played on Saturday and the Cowboys played on Monday. And I also think that they have the coaching advantage here. The Cowboys were able to hold the Bucks to only 52 yards rushing, but I have a lot more faith in the 49ers offense with Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, especially since the Cowboys' rush defense ranks 22nd in the league. And then on the flip side, you have the 49ers defense, which is one of the top 5, arguably top 3 defenses in the league.
Yeah.
So they're going to give the Cowboys offense a lot more trouble than the Bucks defense did. It will be a close game, but I think the 49ers can cover here.
Yeah, I mean the one of the weak points of the Cowboys offense, defense throughout the year has been their running game. Their rush defense. Quit rolling your eyes and laying your head back. It's true. They have a good secondary.
San Jose just scored. I went ball my eyes.
I was like, no. Like if there's one area they've struggled, they're fast sideline to sideline. They're quick to get to the ball. Like the Cowboys are definitely quick. They have good tackling from their safety spots. But if you can run, if there's one thing you can do, people have been able to run the ball on the Cowboys this year a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see that big, powerful O-line of the Niners and Christian McCaffrey and see what they can come up with. And you have
their scheme. No, like the Niners scheme, like it's like probably like just right. It's probably ahead of the Eagles, like as far as rushing, like where it's like it's just not like you're like just normal like traditional like run game. It's like completely different.
And that Tampa
Cowboys shut down the run game. It's a whole different.
Well, yeah, obviously. Like the Bucks couldn't run the ball. When the Bucks become one-dimensional, or any team does, they're predictable. You can drop back in coverage, rush 3 or 4 people, and be like, okay, I dare you to throw the ball. Like if they can't run, they can't run. Tampa couldn't run. You guys ran a little bit. Pollard finished with 77 yards, but it's not like Zeke hasn't really been showing up. Pollard's pretty banged up. It's gonna be tough. The 49ers are gonna be a tougher team.
Zeke turned into a.
Zeke's just old and overpaid.
Almost
That's
like
just
a glorified fullback.
He
Like,
wouldn't.
just
He
push
wouldn't
him in their
be.
pile.
If he wasn't like $50 million in dead cap space, he wouldn't be on the fucking team.
Yeah,
and it's okay
I
to
know.
say that. Like he got way too much money, way too late in his career. If you wanted to get paid, he should have tried to get paid like year 2, year 3.
No, he got paid. The Cowboys should have paid him year 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, definitely. They waited too long. He's still the highest paid running back in the league, and he's like the 2nd or 3rd best running back on the team. But
Pollard is impressive, and the reason why it's not a problem for Zeke to have gotten that money and be on the team is because Pollard's there.
Yeah, because they hit a home run, like a home run on
Right.
a draft pick at running back. But now
This could be Pollard's last year.
Yeah, because he hasn't been paid yet either. They both might not be there.
Well, I mean, they have the ability to go to the Super Bowl this year if they don't fuck it up. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm taking San Fran. All right, what's your next pick, Joe?
All right,
Yeah,
got
so
the
go to Tampa.
Jaguars at the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs minus 8.5 for laying the points with them. So first off, these two teams played each other in Week 10 of the regular season, and the Chiefs won 27-17, despite having a -3 turnover differential in that game. That game should not have been as close as it was, though. There was the turnovers. The Chiefs also outgained the Jags 486 yards to 315. Had 7.8 yards per play to the Jags 5.2 yards per play as well. The Jags did have that incredible comeback last week, but I think that says more about the Chargers than it does the Jags. The Jags are lucky to be here, and I think the Chiefs, who had last week off, they had last week to get healthy. They got their defense right. They're going to come out here and they're going to dominate this matchup, and I don't think this game will be close.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Like, I think it's destiny for it to be Chiefs and then Bills or Bengals. Like, we need to see that, that those two teams from the AFC, like, they're just clearly the three best teams.
Yeah.
The Jags have overperformed. However, Doug Peterson, when he was with the Eagles and they won the Super Bowl, they overperformed. It wasn't like the Eagles went in like as the number one seed
They did go in as a number 1 seed. What are you talking
that year.
Yes, the Eagles had the best record in football all year.
It was just that Wentz went out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they had the best record in football. I hate
But
that.
we had,
narrative.
but we had a backup quarterback.
Yeah, once he went out, everybody started saying we were trash, and then Nick Foles still went 2-2. Then we went into the playoffs at 14.
How about this? We were not favored in any of those games. That's what I guess
because
I
we
should have
didn't
said.
have once, but we obviously had the best team in the league, and that's why we won the Super Bowl that year. Because we murked everybody.
Well, Vegas didn't think that we did.
Shit,
Personally.
I did when it was 50-1 odds. Let's go Birds! Hey, that Super Bowl bet, which is wild. Only in this universe would that happen. Yeah, I mean, I hope it's more competitive game. I think Jacksonville might be able to give them some sort of fits, but yeah, I mean, Kansas City at home, Jacksonville on the road, they're probably going to get worked.
And isn't Doug Peterson like a protege of Andy Reid?
Yeah, he was a former player and protege. So that's how deep it goes. So when Andy Reid was coaching the Eagles, Doug Peterson was the quarterback and then became the backup quarterback when they drafted Donovan McNabb. Then he left whenever he retired.
So who do you think that advantage is, Andy Reid or him?
Probably Andy Reid, man. Andy Reid's like the G. I mean, you got to think, because then after that, they left, and he was his offensive coordinator for a long time. Before Eric Bieniemy was his offensive coordinator, it was Doug Peterson was his offensive coordinator at Kansas City. Him and Andy Reid convinced Nick Foles to come out of retirement and come be a backup on Kansas City, and then he brought him with him to Philly whenever he came back. So I mean, they have like 25 years worth of roots in their shit.
Yeah.
I think whenever Andy Reid used to be on that same coaching staff of Mike Holmgren,
that's what I was going to say.
Doug Peterson was a backup to Brett Favre when they won the Super Bowl too.
Right, like if you look at like the Mike Holmgren tree of coaches, it's insane. It's like basically every single coach in the goddamn league used to be an assistant for him.
Well, yeah, when you see proteges, you see people that are proteges are now the coaches, 2 generations removed. He used to rub John Gruden's asshole, and now he's out there wide receiver coach for the Buffalo Bills. You're like, oh, that's weird, but cool, I guess. But yeah, they're probably going to get smoked. All right, what's your next pick?
All right, so I typically don't like to do this because I'm doubling down on my bets, but I'm taking a 4-way money line parlay, taking all the favorites. Got the Chiefs money line, the Eagles money line, the Bills money line, and the 49ers money line, all parlayed at plus 226. So, I typically don't like to do this because if the 49ers lose to the Cowboys, we lose 2 bets instead of 1. So if you don't want to play the parlay, I get that. That's honestly probably kind of smart, but I just really like the situation here. It's also the fact that there are 4 favorites in the parlay is also kind of a red flag, but I just really like these matchups, and I think this has a good chance of hitting. I already went
Please
over
go with your
the
gut. Go with your gut, my man.
Okay,
so
but no,
Red
don't.
flag just uttered out of your mouth.
He goes with the
I'm just
robot,
saying.
dude. He goes with his
Just saying.
gut and the
Just saying.
robot. He has a bionic belly.
Okay, but also like my 4-team teaser is plus 260, so you're getting better odds with mine, and it's not like that much like of a difference of what you're doing. I don't think.
That's true. So that is another option to play as well.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
So let's see. I already went over the 49ers and Chiefs game. For the Eagles, I do think this will be a close game. I do like the Giants on the spread at plus 7.5. I do like that a lot. Jalen Hurts is going to be playing, and it looks like Lane Johnson, their right tackle, will be playing as well, but I don't think he'll be at 100%.
They're both off the injury report. Or no. Lane Johnson still is, but Hurts is off the injury report.
So you think Hurts is 100?
Robert Quinn
Yeah,
was too.
He'd still be on the injury report if he wasn't.
That's not true.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
No.
I think you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
Micah Parsons is going to be okay? And
Yeah.
And Curse is going to
No.
be all right? And Armstrong's going to be good?
They're going to play.
You should hope they're good.
I mean,
yeah,
your
they play for rival teams, but
your coach did lie about his injury 3 weeks ago. So
I'm sure he's just
Who did?
talking. Yeah, he's being cryptic as fuck that he might play that one game. Yeah, he's keeping it cryptic. He has one quarterback that can run, another one that's throw oriented.
So you're telling me the cryptic coach I'm supposed to trust with this IR report?
But it's like basically everybody learned how to do that from Bill Belichick. So I mean, if I remember correctly, when Dak Prescott broke his thumb, Jerry Jones was like, he could be out there next week. So I don't want to hear that.
I guarantee if he was 100%, they would have him on the injury report just to fuck with the Giants.
I know what you mean by that, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
if he was close to 100%, they wouldn't have played him against the Giants.
Just the point is just like they fucking manipulate the information that's coming out and whatever they think is like more strategic,
No, I know. I'm just he's just being a hater. I mean, like, do you think your hurt person gonna be fine?
Out of all the coaches, and this has nothing to do with rivalry or hatred of the team, but your coach, Philly's coach, looks like he just came off a night of meth bender.
Coach of the year.
He's got these biggest dark bag eyes, and he just looks like he's like
Coach of the year.
About to press out someone from his rich mama boy's Jeep.
Like,
what?
Man, dude,
he's got bags under his eyes because he fucking works. McCarthy just like tells Kellen Moore, who's not even qualified, like as a head coach, what to do.
All right, everybody, we're gonna have a meeting down at Jim's. Meet me at Jim's for a hot stack.
He deserves his job.
It's 2 p.m. and
your defensive coordinator had the biggest loss in Super Bowl history.
You're about to lose both your coordinators, bro. You're about to lose.
That's what y'all said last year.
No, he skipped a day. He skipped a day of practice this week to go back to the Broncos. He interviewed with the Broncos. He went back this week. He's skipping. No, that's a bad look. I think that's a bad look when you're interviewing during the middle of the playoffs like that with the team like this on the line. If they want you that bad, they'll wait. Yeah, it's a job, and it's a job.
The worst. Okay, but hold on. The worst part, and for you, Elwood, is that Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn are probably better than McCarthy, and they still suck.
I don't mind losing Kellen Moore, to be quite honest.
Kellen Moore is all right, but this is what's crazy. So McCarthy has bought himself at least another year or two with the past 2 years, 2-12 and 15, or two 12-win seasons. He's bought himself at least another year or two. So like I would think that I would be more afraid of y'all if your defensive coordinator took over the team and McCarthy left. But because McCarthy's bought himself more time, Dan Quinn's probably going to move on to another team because Dallas won't be there. It won't be a good look to offer him the team. They would have to get blown out. They would have to get blown out by the Niners like 52-0, and they'd be like, "You're fired. We're promoting Dan Quinn." But Dan Quinn should be the coach of this team.
No.
Of the Cowboys, yes, they'd be a lot scarier.
No.
Yeah, they
Tom
would.
I
Payton.
don't think y'all are realizing,
Fuck Sean Payton.
unless it's gonna be a good situation, I think Dan Quinn is fucking happily, perfectly fine where he is.
Oh yeah,
It's
for
his
sure.
home
Up
base.
in the booth. Up
He
in the
picks
booth. He
up-
doesn't even hang out on the
Exactly.
sideline.
He knows what it's like to be a head coach before. He's done that stress business.
Yeah, and he lost. He had a
He's
28-3
done the blame
lead, and he
games.
lost it and lost his job. But I mean, he didn't want to keep it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but so did Kyle Shanahan. He was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons in that game, and now everybody thinks
I
he's
know, it's
like.
the battle of
And
battle of
also,
the bums.
I think he's the most overrated coach in the league. To be honest, just Kyle
Who?
Shanahan. He's barely 500 in his coaching career.
And he's had a lot of good top tier talent.
Well,
I mean,
every
the
position
Redskins-
other than quarterback, because he thinks he can make anybody a badass quarterback. That's his biggest
But
problem.
he kind of
Well, his
does,
offense
except
is
for
simple.
they just
I
don't.
The skill
Yeah.
level of quarterback that's been an issue. It's just injuries. Because Garoppolo is honestly not that horrible, and even what's his name, Trey Lance. From what I've
Trey Lance sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about this last show
I didn't see
that
enough
Kyle
of him.
Shanahan is you could make a case. He's building a case against himself for being a quarterback killer, because with RG3 blowing out his knee, put a brace on it and get the fuck out there. And then you see with Trey Lance breaking his ankle, Jimmy Garoppolo breaking his ankle. I'm just saying we've seen
we've seen
quarterbacks get hurt under Kyle Shanahan. I've seen a lot
But
of quarterbacks
also,
get hurt.
Did he not make Kirk Cousins a shit ton of money after
Kirk Cousins made
RG3?
himself a shit ton of money because he didn't get paid. He got paid whenever he got franchise tagged twice because they didn't want to pay him. So he got paid by Minnesota. He played himself into that to where they basically had to pay him a shit ton of money, and then they franchised him twice.
I'm just saying, like,
no, I mean I gotcha, but I mean you could make a case that he's like kind of a quarterback killer.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not just quarterbacks that are getting hurt in San Francisco. It's like
no, but they've had
Kittle,
that
it's
injury bug
Tebow.
for a couple of years. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's some, and that might be his fault too. Like like how they're practicing, because it's like how is it like systemic for your entire team, like as opposed to like once here or there.
Yeah. All right.
I like Cowboys being the underdog. I like the game.
So you got Kansas City over Jacksonville. What do y'all feel about the Cincinnati Buffalo game? I like Cincinnati. I'm taking Cincinnati, man.
I do too.
They look nasty right now.
I think
their O-line is sus though. They're missing 3 starters off of their O-line.
That is very true.
But just think about like the emotional roller coaster that the Bills have been on. I think that at some point that could be a detriment as opposed to a positive, like where they're all hyped up like for like the last 2 weeks,
right,
and so like at some point,
drained.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like drained.
Yeah,
because I mean Miami made that a way closer game than it should have been.
If I have to go by playoffs alone, I mean, Bengals looked like the better team last week,
and they were in the Super Bowl last year and beat the Bills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, beat the.
Yeah, I do like the Bengals in it.
Their offense looks good. They're healthy at the right time.
I like the 6-point team. I like the 6-point teaser
on lead in the last game before it got canceled too, or before it got postponed.
Yeah,
wasn't it Bengals up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Bengals up.
But it was only like 5 minutes into
Yeah.
Still, playoffs get up early. I mean,
yeah, I actually
Buffalo instead of Cincinnati.
Yeah, and I actually didn't think about that was the game that they were supposed to play.
Yeah, it's the rematch. Yeah.
So that should be factored in, I guess. But again, if you're doing the teaser, you get 6 points plus the 4 that they're laying or 3 or whatever it is. Like that's pretty good up. Like good money.
Tickets for the Cowboys game start as low as $400. Tickets for the Jacksonville Kansas City game are $106 is the lowest.
Okay, but like where that stadium is at Santa Clara up here in like NorCal, is like the most expensive like property
Yeah, I was gonna say just
in
to
the
get your
country.
car there.
No, I
Yeah.
know. That's just like
It's
expensive
Silicon
as
Valley.
ticket. It's expensive
It's like
as ticket.
Google's headquarters is literally next door to it.
Fuck Google. Yeah, I said it. Fuck Google. What are you gonna
Drink
do about
shut
it,
down.
Google man? Yeah, and it's
I mean, they
Live
literally
feed.
own YouTube.
Fuck you, Google.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I'm looking right at the camera. Fuck you.
Wow.
But
I don't know. Just because they're making
You-
football tickets high.
He's
I don't
he's
know.
acting like the dude in the ghost hunting crew where the guy's like, "Come on, take over our bodies," and the whole crew's like, "Dude, what are you saying right now?
That's such a.
We didn't agree to this."
and then it just turns out like I'm in a like watching Avatar 2 on mushrooms or something.
One of my one of my
I
favorite lines is
think I'm
from
gonna go tomorrow to see it.
I know what
to
you
be
did.
honest.
I know what you did last summer. Whenever they she finds Jennifer Love Hewitt opens up the trunk of the car and there's a body in it, and she's like, "Oh my god!" and runs away, and then comes back and the body's gone, and she's like, "What are you waiting for?" Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what part I'm talking about? She's spinning around in the street in a circle and just keeps shouting out, "What are you waiting for, huh?" Oh, you got
I only watched that movie while I was like making out with somebody when we were in like
Movie's-
6th grade or something.
movie's so good. It's so terribly good, man. It's so terribly
Making
good.
out with someone.
I was only
The
making.
dog.
Sorry, bro. I didn't see that. I was making out with someone.
Well, I don't
no
I don't
way,
like that.
bro. Damn, dude.
I just don't like that genre, and I would never watch that movie like willingly unless I was like gonna like hook up with like somebody.
It's pretty great. It's like a time capsule because you're like, dude, I'm pretty sure Freddie Prinze Jr. is like 28 in this, and he's like, I'm 15 and I don't know what to do, and you're like, nah, bro, you are not 15. You're like 6'4" in this movie.
I was gonna actually say like, are we sure Jennifer Love Hewitt's still alive? Like, when's the last time you've seen her?
She was actually in a show, like
I'm sure she
successfully.
is. She's doing like Lifetime movies or some shit, dude. She's got to be around somewhere. Just like Sarah
She was-
Michelle Gellar, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I saw her on a preview for a show. And I was like, oh shit, fuck yeah, come back, let's go. She's like a cop
I know,
or
but
something.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was in
I think she's in one of the 911 news shows.
no. I was gonna say like back in the day, Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah, she was in Can't Hardly Wait. And a bunch of
Yeah,
other
which
stuff.
is one of the best movies of all time.
Yes, it's classic.
It's good. It's a classic. Best movies of all time. That's pushing it.
Dude,
It's up there for me. It's one of the best soundtracks.
Movie.
Yeah, great soundtrack.
Guy, the nerdy guy, so good.
Preston.
Yeah, when he gets wasted at the party,
He wears shorts. So
his lines are just classic.
Yeah, but think like Seth Green.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I actually for our when we were seniors in high school, for the yearbook, and it says like, "Where do you see yourself in 10 years?" I just stole it from Seth Green and Can't Hardly Wait and said, "Picture me rolling," which is actually a Tupac
Oh,
quote.
and you know the girl that he hooks up with in the movie, the redhead.
Yeah,
She's in an Apple Plus show called The Servant that's really crazy. It's like a horror thriller show, and what's his name's in it too? Guy from Harry Potter, the redhead, Ron Weasley.
Carson Wentz.
yeah. We went down like no Prince Harry, dude. Prince Harry.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is Prince Harry Carson Wentz. It is that. A Weasley
They-
boy. It's possible.
I've heard a lot of people talking shit about Prince Harry recently, and I didn't understand where it was coming from, but it was like more than one person, and I was like, okay, maybe this is real. Like he is like a real idiot.
Oh, dude, dude, 2.0 is the biggest Harry fan. You see him? He just walked off.
Well, he's got to go check, dude. He's got to make sure he's under the bed, dude.
Dude, I remember 1776, so you know he's too young for that.
I was like, how the fuck do you remember that?
Don't say that around the wrong crowd.
Like who?
The Alex Jones people.
My favorite are the We the People stickers. I'm like, oh, that's so great. We the People.
I'm just saying, like getting rid of
I'd
like the monarchy, like in this country, you know.
I drive
That's
a
all.
Jeep Patriot. with a "We the People" sticker on the back. And if you think for 1 second that you're gonna tread on me and that these
Come and
colors
take
run, then you can come and take it.
Yeah, come and take. That's my favorite.
And never
Come
forget that. I'm trying to like queue up as many like cheesy. Although never forget's not necessarily cheesy, but how many American slogans can you make?
I mean, how far are we gonna go down this like rabbit hole? Because
Deep.
like I have things to say, but it's not sports.
Okay. All right. Eagles, Giants. Eagles win. Boom. Boom.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be one of the best. I think that's going to be one of the closest games of the weekend.
I don't.
We're pretty damn close to 100% besides Lane Johnson. Gardner Johnson's back. We got Quinn back. We got Josh Sweat. Whoo! Oh, I love me some Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat's gonna be back. They've all been practicing all week. It looks good. It's gonna be a really good game for sure. But I think Philly's gonna come ready to fucking play. I hope they wear their all black. And they
And
don't.
can't you see the Giants just or like Danny Dimes? I know he's been playing really well recently.
When do y'all play?
Saturday
night. Yeah.
Saturday night. So and Chiefs play Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think that's where we're gonna truly. If Chiefs come out hot, I think that'll look better for y'all.
Why would that have anything
Just
to do
far
with
as
anything?
like the whole wild card rolling, like the teams coming off a wild card.
Oh, you mean the bye?
Yeah. But if Chiefs
Yeah,
feel good coming off the bye, I think that looks better for the Eagles.
I think the Eagles just needed a bye. They just needed
A breather.
and they just played the Giants. Yeah, we just game planned for you. We got a week off, and now we're game planning for you again. That's studying the Giants for like 3 fucking weeks straight.
And the offense was super manila the last time we played them. There wasn't a lot going on with it in the sense that they were out there, they had Hurts kind of throwing off some rust. He hadn't played in 2 weeks. It's going to be interesting. Dallas Goedert's got about 4 or 5 games under his belt now. I mean, he probably would have pushed for 1,000 yards had he
would have. That's what.
Then he's been healthy all year. But a lot
And
of
that would
people
have been
don't realize.
3. That would have been 3.
People will pull on, but people don't realize that yards per catch and yards after catch per reception, Dallas Goedert's #1 in the league in both those categories. So yards per reception, he leads the league in yards per catch over all other tight ends. Every time that guy catches the ball, he's getting the most yards per that position.
So, yeah. Our buddy Sean D, quick draw. He asked me if I was related to Dalton Schultz, the tight end for the Cowboys, but Dalton Schultz and Dallas Goedert were in the exact same draft class, and I'm in this league of dorks where we draft rookies. And I had a choice to either pick a guy with my same last name, but he plays for Dallas, or a guy named Dallas who plays for Philly. And I took the guy from Philly. And I would say, besides Kelsey, he's in the argument for best tight end in the league.
He's probably the best athlete at tight end right now, like top to bottom. Because then he catches the ball and you see Dallas Goedert make plays. He looks like a wide receiver.
Dude, Schultz.
South Dakota product.
Yeah, there you go.
Shout out. I don't know why we have a South Dakota. It should just be the Dakotas. Y'all get 4 senators.
It should just be South.
North Dakota's way worse. Keep them up there. Keep them up there.
Damn.
I just don't feel like that. You guys, how about you guys? You get 1 senator and they get 1 senator. That'd be great. And Wyoming gets none.
You should be making that argument for Wyoming. They have less.
Yeah, we'll give South Dakota 2. We'll give South Dakota 2. Wyoming gets none. North Dakota gets 1.
There's 20 fucking million people in LA, and there's 40 million people in California. We only get 2 senators. You guys have
there's 40
less than
billion people in California.
40 million.
Oh, they said 40. You said billion. I was like, good lord.
No, 40 million.
Maybe these conservatives are right. 40 billion people.
We're a nation state.
Living
5th
on
largest
top of each
economy
other.
in the world. We get 2 senators. This guy's got 2 senators. So does North Dakota, and so does Wyoming. Come on, man.
We get more representation.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. That's not democracy.
Yeah, it is. It's my democracy.
Oh, did you see Patrick Thorne's? Do you follow him on Instagram, Jazz?
I think so. I don't know why I would.
Yeah, he's my friend on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, he's your friend.
On Instagram and I guess in real life.
IRL.
I don't.
It's the kids say IRL. That means in real
Right,
life.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In real life. Let's ride.
Well,
Broncos.
it was the statement of the guy that said, I don't even know if the guy was a Cowboys fan, but did you see the video of the analytics of why Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl?
No. It
Oh.
Yeah, they
sounds-
lose 2, win 4.
Oh,
lose
yeah, I've
2,
seen
win
that
4.
stupid graph. Yeah.
Is that analytics?
No, lose 1, win 4, lose 1, win 2, lose 1, win 4.
So then that means they'd win the 4 that it needs to get to the Super Bowl because they lost the last game, and that's how we're going to justify losing the game by finding a pattern because we choked on national TV to a
What game
third-string quarterback, a fifth-round draft pick out of the University of North Carolina Tar Heels.
Hey, we can't bring up any. Come on, really?
No, okay, but the
We
one
just
thing that
took
we
out the joke. I just called it. I said we were going to retire Brady, and you laughed at me. I said the only way Cowboys win.
I said
they
that
have
y'all
to
both
blow
look
them
like
out, and they
shit.
will.
No, that's not what I said. I said we have 2
35-10
teams that are underperforming going into the
You
playoffs.
laughed at me.
Whoever runs the ball better and controls the clock and the time of possession is gonna win this game. That's exactly what I said about that. I said that about this game. I said that about the New York game, and I said that I think about the Jacksonville game as well. I was like, hey, if these
because Cowboys are beating the Niners, just letting you know.
okay, the one thing that we haven't talked about is the history between the Niners and the Cowboys.
they do have history.
Like-
I love it.
Like doesn't that play into this a
And
little
recent
bit?
history too. I love because it gives us the edge. We have the more to play for.
How
Like,
do you have the
fuck
edge though?
you,
Because you've been getting
Niners.
murked
You
every
took
time
us out, and we fucked ourselves over last year.
at home.
You know what?
and they were
you know
a
what I
worse
would do?
team last year.
What I would do is bring Terrell Owens out and have him go stand in the middle of the field like he did on the star of the Cowboys. Like, I mean, like there is like really crazy like back and forth between the Niners and Cowboys, like for like the better part of the 90s.
And Terrell became a Cowboy and brought the pop.
I know, but he was also an Eagle and went to the Super Bowl, played on a broken leg, so you know.
Yeah, there's definitely some history between these 2 teams, so it'll be good. Cowboys looking for revenge. Got to go on the road this time, though. And like I said, I think
Hey,
this defense by the Niners is better this year than it was
I
last year.
agree. And but it's a lot of the same at the same time. A lot of the same players.
Yeah.
If Cowboys play like they did against Buccaneers, and if Dak plays the way he did,
That's what I was gonna
think
say.
we win.
It's not the Cowboys. It's if Dak plays because he's not looked good until that game.
And there's going to be some hurdles because that pass rush is going to be a little bit better. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be better. I mean, you're talking about one of the worst offenses. One of the worst offenses in the entire league. Dead last in the league in rush yards per game. Bottom 3 in the league in yards per pass attempt is what you guys just destroyed on offense. So I mean,
But
so what
the
I'm saying,
Bucs did run over us week 1. And
well, yeah,
we
but
were
they're a
known as
completely different
fresh
team week
defense.
1. Completely
And
different
so people
team
were
week 1.
holding that against us.
No, you were supposed to win that fucking game.
And
it was
a game
just
of,
like,
and it was a game of field goals in the first place. So I watched that game and I was like, "Oh man, I feel
Okay.
really good about the Bucs
Oh, no,
going to the
no,
playoffs."
it wasn't
know
a,
it was
it wasn't a game of extra
people
points.
say
It wasn't a
that.
game of extra points.
But it was like we still weren't favored. There were still
Yeah,
people picking Bucks like left and right.
Well,
Yeah, I know. I was too. But your your kicker is a liability at this point. Don't you think
Well-
that could be the difference in the game if it's close?
Yeah, I hope that's not a reoccurring because it's even weirder because he used to be that way reoccurring. And this has actually been his best year.
I know. He
He's
only
been the
missed
most
like 2
clutch
the whole
kicker
season.
in
And then he had the
season,
worst
like,
game in
over
the
50
history of the
yards.
position.
That's
Yeah,
a fire,
oh, yeah.
a
I
fireable
think he owed
offense.
money. I think he owed money to a certain Italian last name family, and they said, "This ain't getting." You are fucking over this spread as much as you can.
Imagine,
I don't know.
imagine, yeah, that's just crazy. That would be rough to miss 4. First time since 1932 when they started counting this stat. That
Luckily, the
somebody's
game
missed 4.
was
That's what
going
I'm saying.
to
Since
it.
32, they
You're talking about winning the Super Bowl because of a 2-1, 4-4, 2-1, whatever the fuck, like stupid Rain Man number that shit was. Like, get out of
yeah,
here.
dude, get
Hey,
out of
man.
here, Dustin Hoffman.
I didn't come up with it. I just
I
thought
would
it was
pull him. I
interesting.
would pull him right now. I'd put my punter in there before him. Like this,
I
we're
would
in the
just go for
playoffs.
2 every time.
Yeah, or that.
That's what Dak was
I like
yelling,
our
saying,
offense.
"Go for fucking 2." And then he was like, "Yo, that's my boy. I ride with him. He's our kicker, and I trust him with my life." I was like, "Yo, bro!" Like everybody saw you. Like you're caught on 4K by that little zip line camera, being like, "Bitch,
I'll
make
be
a
honest.
field
The
goal."
first 2, I was pretty pissed because I was like, it was still early in the game. I'm like, man, if this comes down to fucking these field goals screwing us over, I'm gonna be really pissed. But after the third one, I was like laughing because I knew, all right, let's just keep on scoring. Maher, you're a joke tonight because it was so. I mean, first 2
I
go
was
right,
texting
and he's
people.
like, all right, I know I'm not kicking this right, and then it goes far left, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah, they were pretty
it's-
bad.
To be honest, though, I think because you're in the playoffs, that like, and you won that game, so you have to go play another game. Like you can't just take him out of the game and like fuck his confidence up even that much
100%.
more. So like I think that's why you ride with him. It's like Mason Crosby like missed a shit ton of field goals against the Bengals. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
And like and then they just kept I think he missed like 5 or 6. It wasn't like extra points, but they just and then in overtime he kicked it and hit
Well, and
it.
that's what I liked about, like to your point, him getting his last one.
Right.
Like,
He,
yeah,
yeah. He
not
didn't
just
The
end.
Cowboys did sign another kicker.
They did.
Yeah, but
Oh, he
it
misses
was
one
just
more.
like a
He's yanked,
security.
dude. He
It's for
misses
security.
one. No, he misses one against San Francisco. They're pulling him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
If they
Yeah.
don't, they look like ass hats. This dude has missed, what, 5 of his last 6 field goal attempts, and you're not going to pull him? No, you pull that fucking guy. At that point, you pull him. It's like if
At this point in the season?
if in that game, absolutely, you pull that guy. If he's missed in the playoffs on the biggest stage, he misses 5 out of 6 field goals. You yank that fucker.
You still won the game. You still won the game,
No,
and you have to
but I'm
go
just
play
saying-
another
And
game.
it's huge
He
that
misses
it was
one more
only
field
extra
goal.
points. If it would have been 3-point field goals and we're losing points and giving up field position,
Yeah, but I
We're
mean,
talking
but
a whole
that's like hindsight, because at the end of the day, if Tampa goes out there and executes like they're supposed to, those field goals maybe cost you the fucking game. So that's really
true.
what it is the defense
4
played.
points.
Yeah,
That's
The spread was more, I think.
no, but that's
Or-
all. No, but I'm
no,
not-
actually, it wasn't. It wasn't.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying is it's like, those 4 points that could cost you the game if you're playing a better team. So if you're playing San Francisco and you miss 4 extra points, that's probably going to come back and haunt you. But Tampa
Yeah,
is
but
Tampa's
you need
garbage.
him. You need him though.
This is more of a hope. And I am admitting it before I say it. But I really think Purdy is going to have his first welcome to reality. Like, I'm a rookie. I'm in the playoffs. Holy shit. Headlight moment.
I'd prefer if you
Yeah,
guys save that for the Eagles to do.
Yeah, but
to
that
him.
defense,
But
man, the way
Jalen
that
Hurts isn't
defense gets
30.
pumped up, and the ball players they have around them with Ayuk, and you've got fucking.
I'm not scared at all by the Niners. I'm just like as an
our-
Eagles fan.
our
As an Eagles
defense,
fan.
against our defense, I'm not as scared as it would be for theirs, because our defenses are constructed differently. We can
Right.
we stop the run. We're really deep and heavy at the safety position where we've got some good ball players. We have 2 shutdown corners that are like legit 2 of the top 5 best corners in the league. You could say 1 and 2, but that's
Big
like
facts.
subjective. And then we have 70 sacks. So it's like, while the Cowboys have a good pass rush, their run defense isn't as good, and their safety play is not as strong. They're on their 3rd or 4th string corner opposite of their main dude Diggs, where it's like they can be got in certain situations because they're not 100% at certain positions. They haven't been for weeks, but missing some of those people, and you see the decline of Joseph and a bunch of other people, and you see Curse get hurt, who's made a bunch of plays for the Cowboys lately, limping off the field. It makes you worry because they don't have a lot of depth on their defense. And it's not that they didn't to start the season, it's that they're missing so many other pieces, especially in their secondary at the safety position, that
What's his name
it's
showed up?
made it
I can't
harder for
pronounce
the
his name,
Cowboys. Well, no, you've got guys that have shown up, but they're people that are like showing up and are going to get the biggest payday they were ever going to see in their life, and it's because other people are down. It's because other people have been out for 8 weeks, and you got to step the fuck up and play football. Football's always next man up, and the Cowboys have been great about next man up, and they're down.
I think Wilson's been a really good.
No, Wilson's been great. Wilson's been crushing it. Wilson makes plays.
He's the second, I think, on the team as far as hyping. He makes the biggest hits at times. He makes big stops. I think he's our second Parsons, like far as a hype man, like making plays to motivate the team.
If Micah Parsons isn't the captain of your team and like Van Der Esch is, that's a problem.
Well, I think that's just seniority at the moment. You got to remember Parsons is still a second year.
I know, but like just like him having to like listen to Van Der Esch.
You don't think Parsons will be a captain next year?
I mean,
no, I do. Yeah, but I also think that he's like trended down like to close out the season. But Van Der Esch, I just feel like I don't know. It's just like I don't want that to be my middle linebacker. Like he has had really good games, but
wolf bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. The name like Leighton Van Der Esch. My name is Leighton Van Der Esch. Call me the lone wolf. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Went to Boise State. Drop these nuts.
Like Kellen Moore.
Yeah, they probably did. They played together, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore just got fat and stopped playing quarterback.
I know.
Sorry, bro.
Dude,
he used to be like this baby face little weirdo kid, and he got chubbed up pretty fast.
Mike McCarthy makes him look skinny, though.
Kellen Moore's face, and I know this because it's my favorite movie, and I have the face just implemented in my brain. And for so long I said it, and then finally I showed my whole family one night, and they're like, "Oh my God, I think you're right." If you are familiar with the movie Stand By Me, with Stephen King, the dead kid that they find on the train tracks.
Yeah.
If
you ever seen a dead body?
Literally, J-Hugs, right now, if you Google "dead boy from Stand By Me" image, and you look at that image, it is Kellen Moore. It is
but you
fucking identical twin, dude. It is unreal.
You said,
so
but
every
with
time
Stephen
they show
King,
Kellen Moore on TV, I think of Dead Boy on Stand By Me.
But Stephen King is not in that movie.
It's his movie.
Yeah, he wrote it.
It's like one of his books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. I stand corrected.
Yeah, maybe you don't like the genre, so there you go.
I don't, but I didn't know that's not a horror movie.
Well, I know. I'm just talking shit.
No.
Yeah, you're right. That's
but
pretty.
It's got horror elements. Want to see a dead body? Fuck Google. Fuck Google.
Stop saying fuck Google if we're live streaming on YouTube. Like we got kicked off of screen players. Like
sorry. Hey, I take it back, Google. I take back everything I said. You're the best.
He always corrects me when I say like certain things, like because he doesn't want to get kicked off of YouTube. But you're just literally telling the company. But Google owns it.
You're right. I'm nervous. I got the heartbeat sound effect playing. What am I gonna do?
Okay.
Google's coming for me. Fuck you, Google.
And Google's not about to censor a black man these days.
Yeah, watch out. I'll cancel
they
your
already
ass.
did. They already censored us.
Well, that's because we were playing. We were running a movie.
I'm just saying, it's already happened to us.
I was playing Lethal Weapon too, and
so
we were breaking it down. And it was
realm.
great. It was great. We're gonna have to revive that, by the way. I've already been working on it.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like just easy.
What?
All right, I'm sorry. I appreciate you, Google. You're great. Everything you do for me and society. Your AI sentient bot is the best thing that's ever been invented. And
fuck Jeff Bezos.
No, you have to see what I'm dealing with at the moment.
No, Bezos for president.
No, Bezos doesn't work for Google. He's their competitor. That's what I'm saying. Fuck him.
No, I want them to merge. I want Amazon to merge with Google and become some sentient robot. Yes. No,
they're gonna spin off YouTube.
Like mech legs.
No. Okay. Those two
Bezos.
Those two companies combined own 90% of search in the world. You want them to merge?
Yeah, we gotta push. We gotta make it 95, 98, man. Let's go. Let's get as high as we can.
Chat GBT's coming, homie.
You know, let's keep it a 100.
Ask 2.0, Chat GBT.
Oh, we got all these passed up.
I'm the only one without a dog right now. I had to drop my dog, or my ex-girlfriend picked up my dog today.
Yeah, Topanga's on duty. She's on
just-
guard patrol.
I hate when she stares at me like this. Like, what do you want?
I know, she like looks into your soul, dude.
Dude, totally. You've already gotten too many treats. You're on a diet.
Well, Joe 2.0 will tell you Topanga at night goes on like watch duty. So she like sits out in like the living room or at the back window and is like barely asleep and just like waiting for shit to happen so she can alert everyone. She's like guard dog mode. The moment the sun goes down, that bitch is to work, dude. It cracks me up.
Shout out to
She'll
Panga.
like run around the house. She'll be posted up in different spots.
Yeah, she moves. It's
Looking-
funny as fuck.
looking.
Yeah, no, it's funny, but she sleeps. But then like she'll be like, hey, like you can go mess with her, and she's kind of awake. But when she's on the back porch sleeping, she's like not asleep. She's like
It's like one eye open. Like that's how my dog is.
Yeah.
It's like I can't go to the bathroom without my dog being like, "Yo, you're leaving me?"
Wait,
or
you pissing, dog? You pissing?
yeah.
You're like, no, I'm pissing. We're not
Well,
going
well,
outside.
I actually thought about this, like, because I am next to my dog every time she pees. So maybe she just thinks that that's what we do. So she's rolling next to me, make sure I'm good while I'm peeing. That seems kind of logical.
Well, that's possible.
She's like, hey, he's got my back when I'm fucking peeing outside. Like, I got his back.
All right. Well, before we wrap this up, Elwood, anything before you go? Any inspirational words? Cowboys shit talk. You've been very quiet today. You had a lot of shit to talk you wanted to say whenever we were on the other podcast. Now you've been pretty quiet today.
Well, that was fresh. It was like, man, it was like right the night of. I just won. You know, you get me at like 10 p.m.
I know. Is your
you
whole
know.
house asleep? Are you in trouble for staying up this late, dude?
Well, Karina's in Austin right now.
Oh, dude's house, dad's house, dad's weekend. Let's go.
She's hanging out, taking care of her friend.
How long is she gone?
Till Sunday, I think.
Okay. Well,
She'll be back for the game.
Okay. Well, I'll have to hit your ass up. Wait, so you got nothing to wrap up your
Hopefully the Stars win tonight, and hopefully the
Is that game still going on? Like, I thought you just like
motherfucker, dude.
told us like
Yeah.
2 hours ago. Like the
third period, 3-3 right now.
All right.
All right. Well, I hope they win since it has all of your attention, and we appreciate you stopping
What
by.
else was I was gonna say something. Keep
shout
on
out
talking.
Nuggets.
I'm
Shout
not
out
remembering.
Nuggets.
Let's go.
I know they're not winning right now, but
Hey, it's close.
yeah, it is close.
What was your last little bit, Smellwood?
Oh, I said it. I don't know. If I remember, I'll say it.
All right. Well, what do you got 2.0? You guys anything to say before this weekend, before we wrap this shit up and I kick y'all off?
No.
Nothing? Goody? You guys are so like
Okay, so I've got the Nuggets and the under, and then the Lakers and the over right now going.
How's that looking?
I just have the Nuggets game on, so I haven't checked in on the Lakers. I figured I have to win one of them. It's a four leg parlay.
Word. Well, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys being here, and good luck on all your bets and your gambles, and just stay out of trouble and have a good, safe week. But I do appreciate y'all being here. Sorry it was late. We'll do it again next Wednesday. I get done with this business leadership class thing at like 9, so
It's literally
Yeah.
only 9:30 for me. So
No, I know.
go fuck
An
yourselves.
idea after football ends and other sports somewhat are boring, like baseball. Disc golf season's about to start, so
Oh my
Did
god.
you
Close
say
door, baby.
disc?
Oh my
Disc
god,
golf?
I'm booing you right now. All right, that's it. James Elwood was here, everybody. No, we'll have to do.
Dude just signed a $10 million deal the other day.
I'll go play disc golf with you one of these days.
I'll hate on disc golf.
No. Well, I appreciate you guys being here. So thank y'all. That's 2.0. Elwood, I think Goody went to go like wash his ass or something because we know he doesn't do that often enough for sure. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, now get out of here. Take it easy, Goody. Love you, man. Be good. That's everyone. All right. Well, that's it. It's another one in the bag. Angry Black Quarterback, episode number 20. Pretty crazy. Yeah, it'll be a big game. A lot of big games this week. Cowboys playing the Niners. Jacksonville, Kansas City, Eagles, Giants, and the Bungles versus the Bills. So we'll have those this weekend, which will be pretty cool. Check them out. We appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. You know, I've been doing this. We're going to figure out exactly the format whenever football season ends. Won't be anything too crazy, but definitely going to change some stuff up since football season will end, and we'll get more broad in our sports. But it's been fun to start out with just football, make it easy, make it simple, something we can all identify with and do notes. But you know, I think we've got our groove, so you're definitely going to see the format change, you know, pretty much once the playoffs start. But yeah, we just appreciate y'all stopping by. Be good, stay out of trouble, be friendly, don't be a douchebag, take care of the people around you, whatever. But I love all you guys. Thanks for watching, stopping by. Be good. Peace out. Goodbye.
Oh, fucking disc golf.
Fucking disc golf. I'm still alive. Fucking disc golf. You guys be good. Peace out.
Every now and then when I feel a bit buggy, I look at the floor, maybe need a new ruggy. Scratch that, I'll get some beers and get chuggy. Nah, man, I know what I need, some more, man.